Hello. I haven't made a video in a couple weeks, and one of the reasons being that I haven't had much to talk about, but now I do. Last Sunday morning, January 16th, my dad passed away. He had a sudden heart attack at home, and that was it. He did spend a few days in the hospital a little before that, but they did release him, and he was fine. Friday night, Saturday, all day Saturday, into Saturday night, he was out doing everything he always did. And so that was it. We're all a little bit taken aback. We weren't ready to lose him. I guess you're never ready to give him up. But my family has lost a wonderful mentor, a wonderful provider from the days we were younger, and he really was a great mentor for every generation. From his own brothers and sisters, to his children, to our children. He's really been a wonderful, wonderful mentor. And we're going to miss him. We're going to miss him a great deal. You're never ready to give him up, but, well, if he had a choice, though, he would have chosen to have a sudden heart attack rather than be hospitalized for years with no real chance of recovering. He has a number of old cars and other merchandise that on the left he's in a 36 Ford Phaeton. On the right, that's a 77 Lincoln. Maybe it's a 76, but it's a 76 or 7 Lincoln Continental, two-door Continental, which is a little bit rare. And the Continental Town Car was one and the same at that time. They weren't in more recent years. A Continental was more like a Thunderbird or a Cougar, and a Town Car was more like a Crown Victoria skeleton with a little bit more jazz. He always loved Lincolns, and this is a Continental Town Car. It's a 76 or 7, I'm not sure which, and it's a two-door version. That's a little bit more rare. That was sold probably about a year ago. The Phaeton, well, I was going to say he still has. I should say, well, my mother has it now, I guess, technically. And the watch he has on in that picture, I am now wearing. I haven't worn a watch in years because when I started carrying a cell phone, I really haven't needed it. But I'm going to start wearing this watch because it comforts me a little. So there we go. The 63 Thunderbird that I filmed in a couple of other blogs, that was sold, but it's still in our possession. They're coming in this week to take it to, I think, Silver Springs, Maryland is where it's going. But I filmed that Thunderbird Roadster in at least 2 blogs. And for all my father's car knowledge and knowledge of engines and machinery, he ran out of gas more often than any man I know. And at least half a dozen occasions. So that's an understatement. And I don't know how many occasions, but a lot of occasions, I brought him a gas can because he figured, you know. And then he'd always make that little joke, the gas gauge doesn't work on this car. It's like, Dad, the gas gauge works. You just didn't listen to it. But, well, thanks for sharing a couple minutes of this video to talk about my dad. And, you know, we weren't ready to give him up. He was in his late 70s, which by today's standards isn't as old as it used to be. He wasn't a spring chicken, but again, we thought we'd have him a little bit longer, but on the other hand, he would have taken this choice over being sick for years and hospitalized, and yeah. So this is the lesser of the two. It is almost 12:30 on Sunday morning, And I'm wearing Dad's watch. And I'm going to start wearing it from now on.